If I gave you a Fortnite battle pass, you would take that and you would use it. If I give you $1, you would take that dollar and use it. You don't need to spend it. You can give it to somebody else, but you would use it. You wouldn't slap me in the face. Especially, you're not going to slap me in the face. If I give you something, you're gonna take that and use it. Of course, you can decline, you can not do anything about it, but don't slap me in the face. But that's what these two did. In Dana White's eyes, that is what these two did. They were given an opportunity to fight for the belt, to be in the main event of the final pay-per-view in the year. And in Dana White's eyes, what they did is that they did not show that they wanted. It was a draw. And of course, as a fan, people don't like that. Dana White is also a fan. As a fan, people wouldn't like that. And Dana White saw that and did not like it too, because he's also a fan. I liked the fight, by the way, but I did not like the outcome. But of course, I did expect the outcome. I did think that it was gonna be a draw. I had Magomed Ankalaev winning 3 rounds, Jan Blachowicz winning 2, but one of them was a 10-8. And it turns out that Magomed Ankalaev is the guy that has the 10-8 round in the third. He won a 10-8. As well as Jan Blachowicz won, in all 3 judges' eyes, the first round. I did not think the same thing. But if you wish to bite the hand that feed you, just like what these two did, there will be consequences. Because here's how it happened, right? Jan Blachowicz and Magomed Ankalaev are co-main event. They are the co-main event. They have the co-main event spot, and they are going to fight for #1 contendership. And it's going to be 3 rounds. Now that's very important, because Yuri Prohaska, leading up to the fight, said, I have a oopsie-daisy and a shoulder injury. I can't continue. So he says that they can play around with the belt, but when I come back, I will be given that shot. But for now, you can borrow it. So they get boosted up to the main event spot. They're not given 3 rounds, but 5, and they're not fighting for #1 contendership. They're fighting for the actual belt, not an interim, not anything else. It's the actual light heavyweight belt. That is an opportunity that you take and you use. You don't slap the face of the guy that gave it to you. If I give you money, you're not gonna slap me in the face. That would be rude. If you are a guy that needs money, you're in the streets, I give you a penny, you're not going to ask, what is this? I want a dollar bill. That would be rude. You would use that penny and spend it, or use it, or save up. You're not gonna slap the guy that gave it to you. You're not going to verbally slap him in the face by saying, I want a dollar. You're not going to do that, but that's what these two guys did. And it had consequences. At the post-fight press conference, Dana White said that Jamal Hill and Glover Teixeira will be the next title fight in the light heavyweight division. That is the consequence of biting the hand that feed you. Right, that's the quote. Don't bite the hand that feed you. But they did. And you are not going to expect a rematch when you do that. You are not going to bite the hand that feed you and expect to have more food. When Rose Namajunas and Carla Esparza had that lackluster title fight, they were not given a rematch. And everybody saw that as a bit of a bummer because Rose didn't do anything. Rose could have done something for her to win the fight, but they were not given the rematch. So as a result of that lackluster title fight, they were not given a rematch. Rose was not given an opportunity to fight for the belt again. And Carla Esparza, on the other hand, was given Zhang Weili. So if you have a lackluster fight, or at least a lackluster outcome, you would not expect a rematch. You just don't. I didn't think that it was a lackluster fight, but I think Dana White didn't like that the outcome was a draw. He was expecting to have a light heavyweight champion at the end of the year. He had 0 title light heavyweight champion, and he has 1 light heavyweight title problem. So instead, you bite the hand that feed you. He did Glover Teixeira and Jamal Hill. And if you do something like that, there will be consequences. And the consequence is, there is no rematch. I do think that whoever wins Glover Teixeira and Jamal Hill would be given Magomed Ankalaev. And Jan Blachowicz just lost his opportunity. One thing that Jan Blachowicz also didn't do is say that I think I won the fight. I should be given a rematch. And because he didn't do that, that leads me to believe that Magomed Ankalaev is not, or Magomed Ankalaev is going to be the challenger if or whoever wins that fight between Glover and Jamal Hill. And what they did is bite the hand that feed them. And you are not going to expect a rematch. You're not going to expect anything more. If you were to do that in real life, you would be looked at as rude. And if you do that in the UFC, you're not going to get a rematch.